Lots of college football happened. We're officially back in football season. Technically week 2, but it's the first full week of college football action. Lots of big time games, lots of stuff happened. But there's 2 games I want to touch up on that were far and above every other one. It was the 2 only ranked matchups of the week. But obviously Michael Penix out there, Jr. out there at Washington was phenomenal. Caleb Williams is showed why he's going to be the number 1 pick in 7-8 months now. He was spectacular for USC once again. But the 2 games I want to touch up on. First and foremost, how can I not touch up on Colorado versus TCU? I mean, my goodness. Colorado comes out 45-42. They were expected to lose that game. Obviously, that's not what happened. They come out and defeat the team that was in the national championship game last season. Now, I know, and it is fair to say this. Let me make this clear. Obviously, this was not the TCU team from last year. Like, that's obvious. Lots of changes happened. This was the New Year's TCU team. This was still a top 25 ranked team. Still a very, very, very talented and good TCU football program. Colorado came in there as the underdogs at TCU and gave them the work. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders comes out, 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Travis Hunter impacted the game more than just about any college football player we have seen impact a game in quite some time. One of the only players that we have seen not just play 2 positions, but he played 2 of the most hard positions outside of quarterback in all of sports, wide receiver and cornerback. And he did both at an elite level. The way he played on the defensive end, getting that pick, getting deflections, guarding and locking up, he was spectacular at the cornerback position. But guess what? Right when the ball flips sides, he's going to be out on the offensive end, and he goes out there and gets 11 receptions, 119 yards. Travis Hunter is something spectacular. We have not seen a guy that has influenced, impacted, and altered a game at this level in a very, very, very long time. Now, I know it was just 1 game, but I don't think this is just going to be a 1-game wonder. I think this is a guy that's going to be here to stay. This is what we call truly a generational prospect, a guy that we have not seen before play at the level in which he is playing at, a guy that truly can play 2 positions, a guy that it's hard enough to play 1 position at a high enough level, to not come out of a game, to be in that in shape, playing in 90-plus degree weather in the humidity of Texas at Fort Worth in TCU. That's spectacular. And he was not, he was energized. We saw those videos in the locker room. He was not letting up. He is spectacular. He's going to lock up the best receiver in the country whenever they play. And he is at the very other side of the game. He's going to go out there and get some touchdowns. He's going to get yards, and he's going to move the ball at the wide receiver position. He is sensational. And let me go back to Shedeur real quick. He is a guy that proved himself to be more than just a guy that can go out there and play at a high enough level to be a decent college quarterback. Now, this is a guy that will be an NFL quarterback when his time comes. He knows what he's doing. I thought that for a long time. I love watching Jackson State games the past couple of years. They were fun to watch. But Shedeur went out there and he proved why he is a quarterback that is capable of becoming an NFL caliber quarterback. Now, I know this is 1 game, and I know a lot of people say, well, just 1 game, hold up a little bit. No, he played at a high level throughout the past couple of years. And all this was just affirming the fact of the matter that this is a legit NFL quarterback prospect in Shedeur Sanders. He is spectacular. He is sensational. He is box office. And let me just say this. That USC game, when they go out and play Colorado USC, oh my goodness. We might have a battle of the 2 best quarterbacks in the entire country. I had Michael Penix Jr. in that group. Bo Nix out there at Oregon. Michael Penix Jr. as mentioned at Washington. There's some elite quarterback play in the Pac-12 for however long that's going to last. Obviously, it's just the final year of the Pac-12. And it might be one of the most entertaining Pac-12 brands of football that we've seen in quite some time. So that is going to be something to watch. Game number 2 I want to touch up on. FSU over LSU. My goodness. 45-24, a top 10 matchup, and that looked like a showing between an unranked school and a top team in the country. 45-24. FSU blew them out of the water. You could tell Brian Kelly was not happy about that performance, and they didn't even play that bad. Jaden was not too bad of a player. He played pretty solid that game. Overall, the team wasn't horrible, but FSU just was the better team. LSU did not look like they wanted to be there. They did not play at a high enough level. FSU just beat them in. It was a great display by them. Jordan Travis showed why he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country as well. 342 yards, 4 touchdowns, a pick, also a rushing touchdown for him. He looks sensational. But we must talk about the wide receiver, Keon Coleman, a guy that was once on this show a little bit ago when he committed to Michigan State, originally to play basketball and football, decided then to no longer play basketball and settle in 100% on football. About last year or so, after his first year playing basketball, he looked great at Michigan State last year. Whatever reason, he decided to move on into the transfer portal. He comes to Florida State, and my goodness, 9 receptions, 122 yards, 3 TDs, 6'4" body. He's more than just a 50-50 ball. That man can ball. I don't know how much longer he's going to be at Florida State because he's got legit NFL potential, and he proved that last night. But that was a sensational game. Florida State looks legit. They look legit.